Welcome to another episode of Caps and Cards 716. I'm your host, Spidey J18, and I am joined today by my usual co-host. Go ahead.
North Shore Fitted TJ here. We're going to talk some NFL. We're going to talk a little bit of the MLB playoffs here. We're going to talk about some big wins, some big losses this week.
Oh, yeah.
And put over to John because he's got the Bills gear on.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm going to change my hat real fast. You know, the usual Buffalo Caps and Cards, but I think I'm going to go sparkly for this one because it was pretty dazzling fashion.
Yeah, that's that shirt you got from AZ Sports, right?
From Just Sports AZ. Oh, yeah.
I wish I got that one. I like that metallic.
Even the New Era symbol and the NFL, they all razzle dazzle. So, you got to have a big beer to go with a big win. And speaking of big wins, 35 points, the biggest margin the Bills have ever beaten any modern day opponent, especially the Dolphins. So, I'm all in, baby. Let's go.
Anybody that squishes the fish I'm happy with. Just like how we beat the Jets. Zach Wilson, who was the number 2 overall draft pick, threw 4 interceptions.
If I still have my Stevie Johnson jersey, I would do that famous touchdown celebration that we all know and love, where he did the little wee, and then he did the, right in the foot because Plaxico Burress. I didn't really get to watch the game today, but, the radio was vibing, everything was bumping, and everything was off the hook. So that was good with me. I was totally fine with that. So tell me what you're wearing.
I got the killer combo after Sunday's game. Lamar Jackson got his first win. So I had to go with my Ray Lewis. And the only hat I have for Baltimore is this hat club.
Blueberry,
the blue bottom.
Blueberry or blackberry?
It's blue. I think it's blueberry or whatever. I don't remember. It's white guts. It's got that All-Star game patch. I've only worn this a couple times because the Orioles just tied an MLB record they're third on the list now in all-time seasons with 100 losses. And the only reason they didn't have 100 losses last year because there was only 60 games.
Yeah, they were lucky. Let's run it back. Yeah, so Patriots 25, Jets 6.
Damian Harris revived himself. He fumbled twice in the home opener against Miami, and he scored a 26-yarder. He broke 6 tackles, I believe, and even Mac Jones and all them. He was stopped at the 3-yard line. Even Mac Jones, the quarterback, ran down to the sideline to try to push him in, and they got him in.
Even the Bills, I believe, had 4 interceptions or turnovers today.
And I want to congratulate Mac Jones on his first NFL win. Here's to many more, a couple Super Bowl rings.
Not before us.
Mac, I didn't know Damian Harris went to the same school as Mac Jones. He went to Alabama.
Really? Well, we're just going to run it through the way the week stats are on my phone here. So you got the Bears 20, Bengals 17.
Yeah, they made that a close game. Towards the end of the game, they had a drive that they got down the 4th down and then they couldn't do it. The Red Rocket went down, so Justin Fields played most of that game after the second half.
I was going to ask you if you think the Red Rocket is going to be playing next week, but it looks like
probably because the Bears like screwing up their quarterbacks. I mean, their best quarterback is Jay Cutler in their history, so
he was the greatest Packer ever.
Yeah, he threw more completions the other team than he did the Bears. Open Jay.
Then you got the Browns and Texans.
That was a nail biter. The Browns pulled it out.
I'm not expecting Tyrod Taylor to really be relevant after a couple weeks here.
The question is, will they start Deshaun Watson? or will they keep him on the practice squad?
I don't think they're allowed to.
So he's not on the commissioner's list yet, although he's still under investigation. The reason they don't want to trade him is because they don't want to start him is because they want to trade him. And they're afraid if he gets hurt with everything else that's going on, no one's going to want him.
Yeah.
I think you'll still see him at the deadline gone in Houston.
Yeah. A team that needs a solid, either a solid starter or a backup, somebody due to injuries, maybe a COVID.
I could see I could see Philly picking him up possibly, although now that they got Gardner Minshew, they don't need a backup quarterback.
I'm still looking at the Bears.
No, I don't think so because they got Fields. They think Fields is their future.
Yeah, but who's going to back him up? If he goes down, let's say he gets EJ Manuel syndrome and decides to run out of the pocket and he loses a knee. Now what?
Then they're fucked and they draft another quarterback next year.
I mean, and they get all the high draft picks they need, so it shouldn't be that hard.
Got one of my favorite 49ers on now.
Yeah.
They beat the Birds today.
42.
I'll give you a hint. He cut off his own finger. So we keep playing.
I don't.
Ronnie Lott.
Oh.
Savage.
Ronnie Lott.
Shame he was a Jet in his career. Should have finished it out with the 49ers.
You got the Rams and Colts, another nail biter.
Yeah, Stafford's 2-0 now. I'm starting to believe on the Stafford train. He got all those years he was wasted in Detroit, and now he's finally doing something. I'm on the hype train. I got that green bottom Chargers hat from Toppers on the way now. I can't wait for it. It's a helmet. It's like the old school Chargers helmet.
Yeah. I definitely think that in Detroit he had Kirk Cousins disorder, but in Los Angeles he's a totally different guy.
No, when your best player retires early because he doesn't want to deal with it. Calvin Johnson is still salty with the Lions ownership. He wants them to pay him $1.25 million. He's still owed because he retired early. He's like, they owe me that money. I played in a shit team.
Oh yeah.
No, he's like, no. If they want to make it right, and they want me to go to the stadium, pay me the 1.2, pay me the rest of my contract.
Yeah.
Which is fair. Oh,
I don't think it's unreasonable.
Monday night, they're going to get killed because DeAndre Swift is out. Trey Flowers is out as of right now. And Jared Goff's questionable. So Aaron Rodgers is going to be killing it. I don't have a 49ers hat either. I need to get one. So I'm rocking the Yoramani Giants, the Tokyo Giants.
Well, the Packers didn't play today, so
Monday Night Football.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow, Lions and Packers. The Lions got people out. Anybody who has DeAndre Swift in your fantasy team, you better find another last-minute running back if he's in your starting lineup because I believe he's still listed as out. I had to sub in last minute. I had to sub out Josh Jacobs because he was out. I subbed in Zach Moss. He got some time because the Bills were up big. So they gave him the ball because they didn't want Singletary getting beaten up.
And I think he had a fumble.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
They were talking about somebody had a fumble. Maybe it was Singletary.
I think it was Singletary. What was it? Henry. I had Henry Ruggs on my bench. He had a 70-yard touchdown. They did a flea flick. The Raiders did a flea flicker on the Steelers, and they caught him off guard. The Carr just floated one in. And Henry Ruggs, John Gruden was on the sidelines. He was like, freaking out. The Steelers, they upset Pittsburgh big at home. Usually don't win in Pittsburgh. Usually don't win big in Pittsburgh.
49ers Eagles. Let me stop you. 49ers Eagles, 17-11 Niners.
Yep, Philly screwed up on that last drive. They fumbled.
And then straight, I mean, it is what it is. Straight into Raiders Steelers, which I will rock as an honorary fuck you to Pittsburgh 1982 Super Bowl champs.
I told my favorite Raider of all time. I'm not a Raiders fan, but I always loved Charles Woodson. And yes, Tom Brady did fumble. The Tuck rule is bullshit. Just gonna come out there and say it. Gotta take the controversial stance sometimes. But yeah, big win for the Raiders. I think they're legit. I saw in the preseason they were able to get some pass rush or just 4 rushers in the preseason. And I was like, they're coming up with some creative schemes. They're not just rushing the front 4. They're rushing the linebacker and they're dropping other guys in the coverage. It's going to confuse offenses in the NFL.
Well, so that's why I know the Bears wanted Mac back. Or maybe it was the Raiders wanted Mac back.
Not Mac Jones. Khalil Mack back.
Khalil Mack, yeah. But now the Bears have both Macs. And if they can develop Mac's brother into being he's like a outside lineman on the defensive side, could you imagine Khalil jumping over the top of that? That would just be insane.
The reason the Raiders got rid of Khalil Mack was because of the cap issue. Their ownership doesn't have a lot of spare money. Especially after building Allegiant Stadium, moving to Las Vegas, they still haven't paid their relocation fee to Las Vegas. And they're investigating the Raiders for bank fraud now because the ownership hasn't paid a few bills.
The NFL.
You had to throw it out there. I mean, I love the team. I love the message behind it. Al was a great guy. I loved Al Davis. Al Davis was a badass. My favorite thing was he said the AFL and NFL should never merge because he was the commissioner of the AFL, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I knew that.
He said, we're going to bury them. He said, we're going to bury them. We're going to take all their talent. We're going to bury them. And then Pete Rozelle, the commissioner, I believe his name is Pete Rozelle. I know his last name is Rozelle, came and signed the deal without letting them know. He was a general. He was like Patton. He was ready to go to war over this and beat the NFL every chance he got. And then when they let him in, there was this hatred of him in the Raiders. He was upstart. He was a coach too for the Raiders when they first came in. He was also the first guy to let in a minority coach. Tom Flores, he had the first minority quarterback. Tom Flores. The Raiders have just been an innovative organization for so long. It's hard to see them now since the early 2000s to be so terrible after making that Super Bowl. I'd love to see them go back to their ways of winning, even as a Patriots fan.
It's a storied franchise. Los Angeles, Oakland. It's very hard for me to see.
They fit this image really cool too, because a lot of their fans are in Mexico.
When I grew up watching the Raiders, though, it was in the Coliseum, and I would watch some A's games, and you would see the baseball diamond on the field, and you would see players all dirty, and that was Raiders football.
It's going to be a shame that the city of Oakland let both teams leave if the A's leave too.
I know we discussed that a couple of weeks ago, but I still think it might happen.
I can't imagine being an Oakland fan, being like let's say you were a diehard Raiders and diehard Oakland fan since like the 90s. Both of them gone.
Everything I knew happened in the Coliseum if it was Oakland style. So
during quarantine, I watched a bunch of the older Super Bowls. I watched the Super Bowl that's on your hat, the Raiders.
Yeah.
I fell in love with their just win much and Al Davis. So because I love Charles Woodson, because when he was a Packer, he led them to a Super Bowl. I had to get his Raiders jersey because that
was all chromed out, basically.
I'm still salty about that. Someone else got to drop that hat.
I'm the only one who brings it up.
What? Huh? Me? No, all the Raiders.
I'm the only one who brings this hat up when you talk about it.
What was it? Yeah, he told me. I showed you the guy who posted it the other day, and
you're like, "Oh, this?"
I was like, "Yeah." They canceled it because I waited too long, but I want to see like Raider Image come out with that hat because the older Super Bowl patches are kind of cool. I'd love to see a 49er one, so I can have my 49er one for my Jerry Rice and my Ronnie Lott, and the older one for the Raiders. Even the first Super Bowl patches would be kind of cool, like the Packers ones.
Hey, the Bills were in prime form back in 1960. They actually lost to the Chiefs in that first AFC Championship game.
Len Dawson. He was smoking a cig before the game. Speaking Bills.
Cool Bills. I got that right here too. I was waiting a sec.
As soon as you said 1960, I was like, perfect patch.
Let's transition here to Saints Panthers 26-7 Panthers.
Yeah, Amos is starting to look like his old self.
Is he now?
Inconsistent.
I mean, Sam Darnold, is this change good for him?
He's got a better offense with the Panthers. He's actually got weapons. He's got Christian McCaffrey, who's probably one of the best running backs in the league. And he's got Robbie Anderson, who he had a connection with, and the Jets were cheap and didn't want to pay him.
Is it a matter of time before he becomes Josh Allen's backup?
I'm leaving Carolina now, especially with Matt Rule as a coach. They're looking pretty good. I wouldn't say Super Bowl good. I'd say maybe playoffs good. Maybe. That's an improvement for the Panthers.
That's a big improvement on the Panthers.
They haven't really made the playoffs since that MVP year of Cam.
All right. Next up.
Name because he should have never been in the Patriots uniform.
I agree. I know how it is. Broncos, Jaguars. Broncos 23, Jags 13.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is going through some growing pains.
Yeah.
I think a real possibility of the Jaguars going 0-17.
You think so?
They don't have anybody around him. They don't have an offensive line. He went from having one of the best offensive lines in college at Clemson.
Yeah.
Now he's 3 seconds to throw the ball. He's thrown 4 interceptions to 2 touchdowns, I believe.
You know, that's kind of the thing, though, is, you know, the speed of the game. That's why I was laughing when I think it was Justin Fields commented on the speed of the game. Oh, this game's actually pretty slow. And
then the Bills lit him up in that preseason game. They were like, yeah, we're slow.
knocked his helmet off. So that's the kind of comment I would expect Lawrence to maybe make behind the scenes, but not to a camera. And is there a game still on right now?
For NFL, no. Baseball, no. Sunday Night Baseball ended too.
Okay. So
the Ravens stunned the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football tonight. That's why I had the Ray Lewis on earlier.
Cardinals Vikings 34-33. I'm guessing buzzer beater.
I don't think so. I think it was Kyler Murray. He had it was a 3rd and 2. He rolled out and he threw a 70-yard bomb.
That's pretty buzzer beater.
Kyler Murray's legit, man. He may have gotten all that right for being short. Cliff Kingsbury, their head coach, is a pretty good head coach. I'd say he's very offensive oriented. Their defense hasn't been great this year. You've seen that. Although that first week they had 5 sacks from Chandler Jones. But I think they're missing Patrick Peterson in their secondary. That's why Kirk Cousins and them were able to chip away at them a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't need to when they got that offense in the ball. They got D-Hop. They got everybody going.
Well, you know how I feel about Brady taking on most teams right now. The Bucs are just firing on all gears.
I was pulling for Atlanta. I'm just gonna say it here.
You know you were hoping for the little dog story, the underdog, but you knew it wasn't gonna happen, right?
They had a point there where a couple calls went their way where they could have made it a game, but Matt Ryan just doesn't have enough help. He's got Kyle Pitts, that's about it, and Calvin Ridley.
I'm not surprised. I don't know. See, this one's like a size below, and I really only wear it in videos from what I always buy. And it's like
I know you don't like carving your hats, but all you gotta do is just a little bit of a bend.
This one is like perfect. This is the perfect fitting hat. This is the butter lamb that everybody hates. A lot of people love it.
I like that one.
A lot
it's
of
like
people.
that. Isn't it a tradition like you guys carve the butter?
It's an Eastern tradition where we get a lamb shaped butter fixture, and I like to chop the head right off it and then get scolded for it. And It's just it's something, so we would always buy two because I would just go full Michael Myers on the head of that thing and just go whoosh.
Go full quick draw on it like that Clint cat.
Yeah, like I was never into wearing the one force because I would like every one my dad has.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Every one my dad has, I can't get like past this part on my head right here. So it was like a fucking Mario lid on me. So I just went sized up. But now that I know what I know now about the hats, like it really helped me a lot in learning about shrinking my hats a little bit. Cowboys, Chargers.
I fell asleep watching that. Chargers were losing. The boys got their first win.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I couldn't have picked really. I would have picked the Seahawks to beat the Titans, even though the Titans won.
Derrick Henry was having a crap game in the first half. It was 6-14, I believe, because they called back a touchdown and Vrabel was screaming and yelling. And then they let Derrick Henry take over, and he got me 40 fantasy points this week. So he went from getting 8 points last week to 40. I'm thinking they're getting him going.
And the finish we all wanted to see was the Ravens come back on the Chiefs. And nothing put a smile on my face this Sunday like seeing the Chiefs go down. Oh, yeah.
They're not
super down.
Not sold on Lamar Jackson. I like the Chiefs. I like Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a good head coach.
I'm just saying, I like seeing them go down. I don't care what you like. I like seeing them go down.
I'm not a fan of Lamar Jackson. I don't like that running type of quarterback. Call me old school. The only one I liked, and that was because when I was a little kid, he was in Madden 04 and he was unbeatable. Anybody picked Atlanta in Madden 04, you were like, nope.
QB rollout. Whoop.
Touchdown every time, just like Bo Jackson, Tecmo Bowl, way back when on the NES.
And I did want to make a statement as we roll into some. We have finished up our baseball statement here. Kind of heading into some baseball. The Red Sox have achieved a 1-game lead in the American League WildCard.
Thank you, Orioles. Again, they suck.
Thank you, Orioles. You have been a star to our home run challenge. You've been a star to sucking. You've been a star to every game I went to this year, except for like one. Oh, shit.
We're talking about surprises in baseball, right?
Well, then I got to switch back into form here.
Yeah, so the Cardinals do this every fall. They catch wind the last second half of the season. Tyler O'Neill's been unbelievable that series against the Padres. 8 RBIs, 2 games.
All right.
3 home runs, a grand slam, a 2-run shot, another 2-run shot.
I like that jersey a lot. Either way, that's a great fucking.
You can't go wrong with the Wizard of Oz.
Ozzie Smith.
Can't go wrong with the Cardinals red cap too.
Or a Musa.
Yeah, this one I love. I love these ones this much because I got the Angels one and I got the Red Sox one too.
And it doesn't have the flag on the side, I don't believe.
Nope. OG.
Other side. Yep, no flag. If your hat was before, I think 2010 or 9, it had no flag on the left. What?
2016 was when they put the.
There were some formal for some of the formal hats though, like that one. There was a certain year, I believe, because I have a Yankee hat. I have a game hat that doesn't have it.
Even the old poly feels like different compared to modern.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Like this old polyester, it feels kind of like wool.
Dude, it is so beautiful. It's so comfortable on your head. It's just
some of my favorite caps. Don't mind watching. I got the news on and they're showing that Damian Harris touchdown run, 26 yards.
Marcus Semien hit his 40th home run, so I got my hats off to the Blue Jays as well in the home run jacket.
Glad he's still leading the league in home runs.
Glad he's still leading the league in home runs at 45 or 6.
46. Salvador Perez has 45 in the American League, and so does Ohtani, I believe.
Dodgers are still at 16 games. St. Louis has taken a 2-game lead on the Reds in the second position in the wild card, and I don't know.
They get dangerous in October, my friend. The
I know.
Cardinals.
I've been around. Adam Wainwright has been around. Waka has been around.
Molina, they got the veteran presence, and they got the young stars. They got Tyler O'Neill. They got Dylan Carlson.
Yeah, that is why I went to Pittsburgh this year to go see Carlson. So like I was really excited to see him, and you never know what you're gonna get in a baseball game. I'm really excited to see if we do get a divisional opponent. I hope the Dodgers fuck them up, and then we'll see what happens from there. But at the same time, if they're a little hurt, I'd rather have the Cardinals.
I don't see the Dodgers beating the Cardinals the way the Cardinals were playing. That's going to be a hell of a match. Both of them have good starting pitching, and the Cardinals are just going to pull everybody out.
We got our Z, though. We got our Z on 11 and a half games on the Cardinals.
I wanted to talk about the controversy with La Russa. Did you hear about La Russa getting banned? Getting suspended 1 game, but the pitcher for the White Sox getting suspended 3 games?
No.
Well, 2 White Sox players have gotten plunked by the Angels prior in the series. So then they threw it out. Supposedly, they threw out Ohtani. That's what the MLB is calling it. So they suspended the game, and the pitcher who plunked him got 3-game suspension.
Side brain note, because I will rewatch this later. I will find the John Boy clip and I will include it in our description, just like I did with the Rockhounds hats, even though they only had size 7 and size 7 5/8. So if you really wanted a Rockhounds hat, you better get on that, because those are going fast.
5/8 game.
5/8 game.
Well, pretty soon it's going to be half gang if I keep losing weight.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
I can't find it. I have it.
I will definitely be looking up the Ohtani highlights, because I like to watch him, and a couple previews for our next little episode here. Let me roll out the barrel, shall we?
I'll probably be watching the Cardinals tomorrow if they're playing, just because I want to see a good team play.
So, as we roll out the barrel, I would like to preview our next episode, as we will be playing Miggy Jeopardy. And you might ask me, what is Miggy Jeopardy? Well, we will be quizzing Tyler here on the stats that Miguel Cabrera has achieved through his 20-year career. And
2003 first rookie year.
Yeah, from his rookie year all the way to Detroit and the 500th home run. I got a huge little board. Well, not a huge board, but I have single Jeopardy and double Jeopardy ready to go. It's like 10 questions. Don't sweat it too much, because I think it's going to be really fun, and we're going to hopefully have a guest host on for that one. And I can't wait to, yeah.
That's the 03. That's his rookie year where they beat the Yankees. And this is a 2013, 2014 Musa Tigers with the M&M patch.
Yeah, I might throw ISO and TF for that. Or the RIP Mac Miller.
I've never been. The only songs I like by Mac Miller are Self Care and another one.
But the fitteds are fire, man. You know what I'm talking about? Where it has the P in the middle, but they add the RI, and then it's got Mac Miller, and it says 2014.
No, I can't wear a Pirates hat. I don't care.
It was dude. It says RIP, and then it was Mac Miller, and it was signed cursive 2014 over here. Oh, it's fire. So, yeah, we're gonna stay on this wild card race. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep doing everything we've been doing.
There'll be baseball to play. There's football to play. This college ball to play. We'll be talking about it.
Yeah, so say it with me, TJ. You know, we got peace, love, and caps, y'all. Good night.